Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about which movies in our favorite horror franchise were the most successful. How we're going to be determining which is the most successful, we're going to be looking at their lifetime gross in America. We're going to be discussing our three famous killers: Ghostface from the Scream franchise, Michael Myers from the Halloween series, and of course Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. We're going to start with Friday the 13th. I feel like everybody already knows the backstory of Jason Voorhees, but for those that don't, let's just do a quick little review real fast.
Did you know that a young boy drowned the year before those two others were killed?
In the first Friday the 13th, Jason is not the main character or killer, you could say. His horror appearances do not start until Friday the 13th Part 2, I think. The first movie does indeed start Nana Visitor, I believe that's how you say her name, as Pamela Voorhees. She comes in and kills a bunch of camp counselors because of what they did to her child. That is until the last scene where her creepy-ass son leaps out of the water and grabs an unsuspecting teenager off a boat. With all that being said, the original Friday the 13th is not the most grossing Jason movie of all time. Excluding Freddy vs. Jason because, yeah, two horror legends in one movie should not be allowed. The 2009 Friday the 13th remake is the most grossing Jason movie, making around $65 million. Written by Mark Smith and Damian Shannon, the same writers that also made Freddy vs. Jason, unlike the original Friday the 13th, Jason is actually in this one. And instead of the slow-paced scene in the original movies, this one's much, much faster and more deadly Jason. That being said, the third most profitable Friday the 13th movie is the original one. But let's see how they compare to the other classic horror movies. I think every avid horror fan is going to know all the backstories behind everyone we're covering today, which is going to continue because next in line is one of my favorites, Michael Myers in the Halloween series. For those new to the scene, let's explain the horror of Halloween. In one paradox of time, Michael is part of a cult where Michael kills his sister because of a curse they put on him. At this point, Michael is basically a killing machine for the cult. But if you want to watch some other Halloween movies, like my personal favorite, the Rob Zombie ones, he's a regular kid that kills his sister's boyfriend, and his stepdad. Then he was later found holding his baby sister, waiting for his mom to get home, when then he was sent to a mental hospital, where he then later escaped and brought hell back to Orange Grove. With that being said, the most grossing Halloween movie is the 2018 Halloween movie. The movie takes place 40 years after the original movie, disregarding all the others, where Michael is a mental patient, and he's in a mental hospital and being transported by a bus when the bus ride gets a little bumpy and Michael escapes. But Laurie, played by the amazing Jamie Lee Curtis, is ready for him this time. The 2018 Halloween movie grossed $153 million, followed by the 2021 Halloween Kills, which in my opinion isn't that bad of a movie, grossing around $92 million. And if you're wondering where the original 1978 Halloween one is, it is actually sixth in the line, making around $47 million. Now, to a new killer we have yet to talk about on the channel, but is damn near everyone's favorite, Ghostface from Scream franchise. If you know a little of Scream's history, you probably know that when Scream originally came out in December 1996, it became the most grossing slasher movie of all time, until 2018 Halloween came out that we just discussed. If you don't know Ghostface, well, welcome to Earth. Scream is one of the most important horror movies of all time, not just for the slasher genre, but horror in general. Like, just imagine a world where you cannot get a Ghostface mask any time of the year and for super cheap. Crazy, right? Now, if you don't know the story of Scream, it's another Wes Craven masterpiece. The movie follows some high school students that's being stalked and murdered by a mysterious man in a Ghostface mask. It was an amazing twist to the slasher genre of horror, making almost fun of the old slashers, but being classic and throwing humor in the mix was amazing. For how well the movie was, I believe they deserved the $103 million cash out that was coming their way. Coming in second is Scream 2 with $101 million, and for the third place, it is the third Scream movie, making a respectable $89 million. Hopefully the new Scream movie coming out later this year can surpass the original one, because I'm sure excited to see it, and I'll probably do a video over it. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like this type of content or other horror content, go ahead and just stab that like button and subscribe.